Welcome back everyone to Catherine's Plates, where it's always simple, easy, and delicious. Today I'm going to show you how to make hot chocolate, no bake, dessert lasagna. Now we're calling it a lasagna because it is layers of deliciousness. Are y'all ready for this one? I've got a bag of Oreos right here. We're going to start processing these to make the bottom layer of our hot chocolate lasagna. Let's go ahead and get started. In a medium bowl, I have 37 original Oreos. Now these are not the double stuffed or triple stuffed. You just need the original layered Oreos here. I'm going to place these in a food processor and we're going to process these until they're a nice fine crumb. If you don't have a food processor, you can place these in a Ziploc bag and using a rolling pin, you can just break them up from there. And just get the crumb as fine as you can. This is what the crumb should look like. To the Oreo crumb in the processor, I'm going to add 1 stick of butter, or half a cup that I've melted. Now if you're using a Ziploc bag to crush your Oreos, you can just place the crumbs into a medium bowl, add your melted butter to that, and then you can mix it up with a fork. Let's go ahead and mix this together. Just take your fork and then just kind of mash it, and if it forms like a crust, then you're good to go. You can bring over a 9 by 11 or a 9 by 13. I'm working with the 9 by 11 today. I'm just gonna spray the bottom of my dish with some cooking spray. And then we're going to place the Oreo cookie crumb butter mixture into the bottom of the baking dish. Going to use a fork and flatten this down evenly onto the bottom. You don't need to go up the sides. This is the first layer of the dessert lasagna. You want a solid crust. To help firm up our crust, I'm going to place this in the refrigerator, or you could even place it in the freezer and let this set up until we make the mousse layer of our hot chocolate lasagna, which we're going to do right now. For the hot chocolate mousse layer, I've got a medium bowl. I'm going to add 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now you want to make sure this is softened, brought to room temperature. I'm going to use my electric hand mixer, and I'm going to cream this up until it's nice and smooth. Just going to take a spatula, pull down the cream cheese, and then we're going to add 1 stick or half a cup of butter. We're going to cream this together. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to beat that for just a few seconds to incorporate it. We've got half a cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to incorporate this into our cream cheese butter mixture a little at a time until it's all nice and smooth. Make sure you're pushing down the sides. All right, that's nice and smooth. Now we're going to add the hot chocolate. I'm just using this brand right here. It's just a Swiss Miss milk chocolate. I'm going to be putting in 5 packets. Each packet is 1.83 ounces. We're going to incorporate them one at a time. number 5. We're going to go ahead now and incorporate 8 ounces of a Cool Whip or whipped topping. You want to make sure that it's thawed. And we're going to fold it in. So pull from the bottom and bring it through the Cool Whip in the center. And then just keep doing that. You can make your own whipped topping if you'd like. It's just 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of some powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla, and then just beat that together until it forms peaks. Okay, this is our mousse right here. I'm going to bring back my crust out of the refrigerator or the freezer, wherever you have it, and I'm going to place the mousse into it evenly. Freezing your crust will help keep it from being pulled up by the mousse here when we're spreading it out. All right, now just smooth it out. We're 2 layers in. I'm going to place this back in the refrigerator or the freezer just to kind of help set up the mousse and keep this nice and chilled while we make the next layer. The third layer is going to be our pudding layer. Now I have a 5.9 ounce box of chocolate pudding. This is the instant variety. So I'm going to add this to a medium bowl. I'm going to add 2.5 cups of cold milk. Now you can either use a whisk and then just whisk this until you get it nice and soft into a pudding consistency. I'm just using a whisk attachment to my electric hand mixer, and I'm going to whisk this until we get a pudding consistency. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that right there is what I'm talking about. We're going to bring our crust with the mousse back over here. I'm going to spoon the pudding mixture onto the mousse that we've set up. I'm just going to smooth it out evenly. You got it. Back in the freezer or the refrigerator to chill while we make our next layer. I believe this is number 3, so we're going to be working on number 4. For the 4th layer, this is a whipped topping. I'm going to add 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream to a small bowl. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to whisk this together. I'm using an electric hand mixer. You can use a regular whisk, and I'm just going to whisk this until we get soft peaks. When it starts to get a little creamy, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and finish whisking this together. Okay, do y'all see those peaks? Perfect. They pull up and they're soft peaks. You got it. We're going to bring back over our crust, mousse, and pudding mixture. Okay, we're going to put our whipped topping all over the pudding layer. Smooth it out. I'm going to place another layer on. Now these are mini marshmallows. I'm going to load them on. And then we're going to smash them in. It's going to go back into the refrigerator for 4 hours to overnight to fully allow this dessert to set up. I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish this off for you with just one other ingredient, and we're going to give it a try for you. hot chocolate dessert lasagna. Got the bottom Oreo crust, the cheesecake hot chocolate mousse, the chocolate pudding, we got the whipped topping, and the marshmallows. I have one more thing to add to this before we dive in. Chocolate syrup. Who's getting the first bite? Here's my piece of my hot chocolate dessert lasagna. Many, many layers. I love the marshmallows on top. Makes it feel like it's hot chocolate in a cool version. That Oreo crust down at the bottom gives it a nice little texture with that crust. So delicious. I will see you on my next episode.